I'm JP Agrawal. My firm's name is Agrawal Agrawal. Started my practice about 30 years back. We got an opportunity to design all kind of projects, be it multi-story buildings, private residences, a lot of IT parks we design, malls. My firm's size is about 150 personals. We have practiced in 12 states across India. As we expanded, we opted for a building which is our own, and fortunately we located one piece of land about 5,000 square feet which we could afford in central Kolkata. The idea was to have a location in the central Kolkata so that the clients can reach easily to my office. The surrounding we inherited was definitely a old Kolkata, old buildings around the site. We wanted to make a building which looks friendly in the neighborhood. The site is primarily located old part of the city. This is a very narrow lane of just 7 meter wide road, and this is the main road joining with another main road over here. We have a small plots over here, and one of the plot is mine over here across like this. The small building, 2-story, 3-story max. None of the building on this road even 5-story. So we proposed over here ground plus 5-story building over here. Since the building is straight in rectangle, the first we try to achieve the scale by breaking the facade at a first floor roof level. What we have is a cantilever over here, so we created a wooden thing on which we created a nameplate of worship house. This is my double height porch with the stone boundary wall laid with the wooden post. So the language of boundary wall and the building, everything goes together over here. This is the glass, the inside on the entry, and the staircase runs inside like this in this area. All this area is now having a wooden post, somewhere the bricks are laid. Then we try to have a few horizontal elements and created a vertical post around. Somewhere we use the big piece of our translucent glasses over here, some vertical posts laid on the top, and these three patches are having a combination of exposed brickwork in a particular scale and big stones, black stones laid over here in a different manner. Something like that. It is a composition of patches of wood, stone and the bricks in a very nice composition, which is all about the details and eventually what we achieved in the facade. So now I explain you how the ground floor entry exactly looks like on paper. Here we enter. This is my automatic sliding door of the main entrance to the building. This part is a double height glass. This is the double height area. We have a staircase starts climb from here, moves like this. We created a pebble filled space below with the very nice sculpture laid over here. The reception table is laid over here in free flow pattern. Flooring is something like this with the lot of pebbles around. These are the pebble area. We have put 3 Buddha posts over here like this, and this is the backdrop of my reception, which is having a graphics depicting the one musician in a full energetic form. We use the red color over here in my graphics over here, and this is the waiting space with the terracotta red bricks laid in the background over here, something like this. And this is the big conference room holding about 16 persons together, with the library also, the library cupboards laid around, and some material samples cupboard laid around here in the screen over here. And this is the canteen opening into the nice backyard with a full lush green plantation. We have gone for a bamboo plantation over here. Since there was not much of a spread, we allowed the bamboo over here, which gives a very nice foliage. And here we have got one car parking, and these are the service space where we have got a printers, etc. over here. We opted for a staircase hanging from the top with a very light wooden treads supported on this. Since they are hanging from the top. There is no support over here. There's the whole thing in the background is a glass. What you see is the vertical and inclined square MS section elements hanging from the top. To stabilize this was a big challenge structurally, because we didn't want to take any support from the side, so there was chance that the staircase may sway a little bit here and there. We took certain decision on site after hanging the trades, provided some cross bracings over here, which again ties the vertical and inclined steel members. The main aspect of the studio was to have a lot of openness within, not to cover the walls with any storage space. So the thing which we left with was a little bit of a storage on every workstation. And since our files etc. are quite heavy, we opted for a solution which was a tailor-made solution, in which we fabricated the workstations with a steel and wood combination. So what we did, that we have a steel frame and we laid the wood on the top, created intersections over here. So would you get something like this? Now these are all steel bar, and we covered this with the wooden post, and we created a very unique feature over here, that is the umbrellas which we laid over here. And this also acts as an inverted light. It also gives the acoustic effects because of the fabric laid on over here. And we use the handloom, very typical textured fabrics to gel with the whole creative environment of the studio. Now I take you to the 4th floor where my chamber is located. Here what we opted for is a bit of an outdoor look right in the middle. So the square area which is there, which leads to my chamber path over here, we created a kind of a pathway look. See that instead of a plain straight floor, we created a pathway look over here. The stone flooring along with the wooden pebbles, nice small island where we kept the cane furniture, raw wood tables, the terracotta pots around over here, and the whole environment generated over here, which relates very closely with the outdoor feel. Then the wall art, the way we created the walls, although it relates with architecture, we wanted it to go very closely with the art. Every panel has a theme. On one of the panel we opted for shells depicted in the white marble dust, sculpted in the white marble dust. On one of the panel we used the Picasso paintings, and one of the walls we used the nice mosaic compositions in that. And then we used the blueprint, ammonia print graphics, in which we laid the building photographs. So the whole composition, it's in itself is a very artistic, very soothing at the same time. Now I take you on the topmost floor of our building, which is on the 5th floor. This floor is half open terrace, which we have designed as a very nice terrace garden, laid with the trellis, wooden decks on 2 sides, big planter beds all around. This is the staircase, so you enter over here, and we have another small patch of terrace garden on this corner, southwest corner, and we enter from the staircase. This is the hall, and these are some utility areas and the pantry around over here. These are the big planter beds and full glazing laid over here. This part of the building, this design, has been very important to me, very important to everybody using this building. This I call is my think tank, where a lot of thinking happens. We brainstorm over here. We fulfill our artistic urge over here. Here in this project, I was not only an architect, I was also a client, I was also a contractor. So I could do the building the way I wanted. I could be true to myself over here, the way I thought about the architecture it should be. On other side, I wanted client also to understand that what is my design philosophy, how I think, what in my eyes is right and what in my eyes are wrong. So to communicate, that communication over here in this port when the client visits to me helps me a lot in convincing them. So all these things which has been been done over here helped me a lot as an architect. We named this building Worship House. I not Agrawal and Agrawal. My firm's name is Agrawal and Agrawal. I not written Agrawal and Agrawal even on the front of the building, because we say over here that yes, money matters, economics matters, but what matters more over here is your job satisfaction, your work satisfaction. So you worship over here. When you work, you worship over here. You don't have to go to the temple. So this is the worship house, and this is my worship house.